What's going on, everybody? Tim here, back with another video. Just out once again in nature, doing a little walking, a little exploring. Figured I'd turn the camera on and do a little ramble, talk for a little bit. This is a new style of video I'm thinking about doing. And I wanted to talk to anybody who might be in their late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Anybody who feels like maybe they're behind when it comes to like getting a handle on their finances. Okay, you see a lot of these blog posts and a lot of videos where people are like, if you don't have this much money saved up by this time, you're screwed. You know, like people all across the spectrum of society, people like to scare you and to like, fear is what sells. Fear is what makes people click. So people are always trying to come up with like the most fearful message about your finances. And I just want to say it's never too late to like get a handle on our finances. It's never too late to kind of figure out where we stand with our money, with our assets, our net worth, if you will, and then go from there. Okay, I'm somebody that, my 20s, people who know me knows I partied. I blew all my money, women and wine, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I was trying to do. I got up, I went to work, I paid my bills, and then I blew the rest of it down there at the bar. That's what I did. And I had a lot of fun doing it. Wasn't concerned about my finances. My mid-30s, up until my mid-30s, kind of the same. My mid-30s, I started traveling, doing seasonal work, spending a lot of time in beautiful places like this. And so I was working, maybe half the year, taking a lot of the year off. So most of my money went to financing my travels and, paying the bills when I wasn't working. So, and I just was very focused on that. And I, once again, had a lot of fun doing it, Now that I'm in my 40s, headed to my mid 40s, I'm finally at the age where I'm like, okay, not getting any younger. Up until a certain point, you think you're getting, like, you're going to stay young forever. You know what I mean? Like, you think you're going to stay young forever till you start getting in them 30s. Okay. Now, smack in the middle of my 40s, I definitely know I'm not getting any younger. Okay. Your body lets you know on a regular basis. Yeah. Before you're going up. Now, first 40 years up, second 40 years down. Okay. Not to say I'm not still very young and still enjoying life, but you know what I mean? We're on the backside of life. We're in the second half of life. If you divide life into 4 quarters, well, I'm in the 3rd quarter. Okay, so we're in the second half. So I was like, I want to start figuring out my finances and start making wise decisions for the future when it comes to money. Because if I'm going to be working, if I'm going to be working to make money, if I was just like out living and didn't have to get up and go to work ever, well, then maybe I wouldn't care. But like, if I'm going to be working for money, then I need to make the best decisions with that money. And one of the things I'm not allowing is for people to scare me into thinking it's too late. No, what you do is you start where you're at and you go from there. That's what you do in everything in life. Why would it be different with our finances? I'm not going to spend all this time saying, woe is me. I wish I'd have done this earlier. Look at that nice, almost tripped. Nice little river back there. Oh, that's a nice view right there. I like that right there. I'm not going to spend all my time being like, woe is me. I wish I had started investing in my 20s. I will backtrack a little bit. Even when I was blowing my money, I always saved. Okay. So I always have been a saver. Even when I was at the bar, when I say pay my bills, part of that was savings. So, always been a saver, but not really worried about like investing or anything like that. And that's something I want to start looking into now, but I'm just going to start where I'm at. This is what I got. Okay. This is what the savings look like. This is what the investments look like. I'm going to go from there. I'm not going to allow somebody on the internet who honestly might not even be doing as well as me. Like, you don't know. Some people, yes, but a lot of people, they're not showing no receipts on the internet. This is where we're going, by the way. We're headed up this trail here. That's the trail. So if you see me looking down, it's because all them rocks. Okay? People aren't showing receipts. They're just saying stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get a handle on it. I might have to break out the B word. Budget. You know, because it's important to know where the money's going. I think that's step one. I think it's important to know where the money is going. Even if you don't decide to make any changes, I think it's important to know where the money is going. And that's something I never really tracked. I just live my life. And I'm like, you know what? Now I want to start tracking where the money is going, and then start setting goals for like savings. Before I just kind of would save. Now I want to start setting savings goals. I want to start setting investment goals, you know, and then just go from there. I'm not going to compare myself to other people. And you know how people love to tell you about their portfolio and how much money they got and all that. If I want to use that for motivation, hey, here's one of my, I love this sign. I love this one. Swift currents can kill you. I love these signs. I love these signs. And they ain't playing. The currents are swift over there. Swift currents, lots of rocks. They ain't playing. Look at this big rock right here. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm not gonna get down on myself and compare myself to other people and wish I had, you know, done differently. It's like, no. One of the things I always say is if you're enjoying your life, you're not gonna have as many regrets as other people. I can always look back and be like, hey, I had fun doing it. You know what I mean? So I'm not regretting anything I've done in my life. I'm just gonna start where I'm at and go from there. You know? Start seeing where the money's going. Start setting savings goals. Start setting investing goals. And then do my research. Financial literacy is not something we're taught. You know? It's not something we're taught. We're taught about Shakespeare and Mark Twain and, you know, the sum of the hypotenuse. I don't know. We're taught all this crazy stuff. Nobody talks about money. No one talks about finances. So I'm just going to learn. I'm going to do my research and then I'm going to do the best I can. All the while still believing in the things that I believe have got me this far. You know, the fact that I was able to come out of my 20s after so many crazy drunken nights and situations that I shouldn't have came out of. The fact that I was able to come out of those lets me personally believe that there's forces greater than me watching out for me. And I think they can help me with my finances as well. You know what I mean? Like, why is it when it comes to money, we suddenly start thinking that like we have to figure it all out? You know what I mean? Oh man, like money is just a tool. Living life is the greater goal. And I want to always use everything I've been given to live my best life. Like, I also want to start eating healthier. You know, the reason I'm out doing these walks a lot, I think it keeps me healthy. So I am using the body that I have, the energy that I have, to go out and like walk and try to do things that'll keep me healthy. Just like I want to try to use the money, the financial abundance I have to help me in my life, to fund my lifestyle. But I'm not going to be all, woe is me, wish I had done. This is a really cool spot up here. I'll turn the camera on in a second. I'm not going to get down about it. You know, it is what it is. You got to start somewhere. With everything in life, you start where you're at and you go from there. You know, it's not a competition. It's really just me versus me, you versus you, or it's not even a verse, it's just you. I'll show you this area. Oh, I like these rocks up here. Oh, it's nice. Oh, I like that. I like that. Pretty cool spot. Oh man, this is what I love to do. These are the things I love doing. This is the lifestyle I love. And I just need to find a way to fund that until it's time to move on to the next lifestyle. So, you know, don't think, oh man, I don't have $1 million saved up, or if you do, good, you know. But if you got $1 million, you know, invested, don't think I need $2 million like everybody else. But if you got $300, you know what I mean? Cool. Start with 300. Let's go. You know what I mean? It's like everything. Another one of those signs, they're letting you know, ooh, the overpass. It's never too early, it's never too late. That's a life lesson I've learned in general. It's never too early, it's never too late. We always think at certain ages we have to have done certain things. One of the reasons I like talking with people who've been on this planet longer than me is because they'll tell you, that's not true. A lot of them will be like, oh, I didn't do so-and-so until 50. I didn't really understand so-and-so until 60. I didn't really start on this until 40. You know what I mean? It's about living. It's not about the time. It's just about living in the current moment, And we're so caught up on, I got to be married by this age. I got to have, my network needs to be in this by this age. I need to achieve this at work by this age. No, it's just like living and enjoying your life. And if there's things you want to do, start working on them. But a lot of times we're like, I'm so far behind. Why even start now? But it's like, you're going to be on this earth another, God willing, another 10, 20, 30, 40 years. You don't want to look back 10 years from now and be like, dang, if only I'd started 10 years ago. Just start now. Never too late to figure out your finances. Okay? You might be one of them people that does very well with finances once you start figuring it out. And you might just blow, you know what I mean? Like you might just figure it all out. 10 years from now, you're in a totally different situation. Or you might just be like, all right, I think you start looking into it. Like, hey, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. There's no right, there's no wrong. I just think in life, we need to know what's going on. And so often in life with everything, not just money, we're so caught up in like what we see and what other people say and the programming that we don't take the time to stop and like actually look at ourselves and figure out for ourselves what we're doing. And that's really the goal across the board, is to look at our life in this situation, look at our finances, see what's going on, learn as much as we can, then do the best we can. And that you can do that at 20, you can do that at 30, you can do that at 95. It really doesn't matter. We just have to do it. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. At what age did you start getting financially literate? What are some of the steps you're going to take to start doing it now if you haven't already? How old are you? No. I'd love to get a discussion going in the comment box. I'm Tim. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this walk. Thanks for walking a little bit with me. Talk to y'all later. Love y'all.